Hello everyone! This is Laura N with your new edition of LA Reads. So today I'm going to be showing you my June-July book haul. I realize it's July now, but I got these books back at the end of June, so it kind of counts for both, doesn't it? I think. Anyways, as you can see from my introduction video, my bookshelf is starting to explode. I need to get more bookshelves. This is a predicament. Oh well, it's a good one. Anyways, today I will show you some of the books that I got while I was visiting a friend up in Hurray, Virginia. Haha. So the first book I will be showing you today is actually a bit of an older book. Nevertheless, I am intrigued, and that is The Alienist by Caleb Carr. Really, I've been interested in this book since I saw the first few episodes of the TV series, which is really good, by the way. I highly recommend it. And it's also set in one of my favorite time periods. It's the late-ish Victorian era. One of my all-time favorites. It's beautiful. Anyways, this book is about a psychologist, or what they sometimes refer to as an alienist, who recruits his friend, who is also a news reporter, and invites him to check out a mutilated body of a boy. Oh my. And together they make the revolutionary effort in criminology, and that would be psychological profiling. This, of course, takes them into the mind of a rather twisted and even tortured killer, and also puts them straight into danger. Danger, Will Robinson! But nevertheless, that is one of the books that I hope to get to this year. I believe I will be reading it along with a friend of mine, so that will be fun and something to look forward to. Anyway, the second book in my haul is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I hope I pronounced the author's name right. If I didn't, I am so sorry. This book I have heard a lot of good reviews on, and it's also set into another one of my favorite time periods, World War II. But I don't know a whole lot about this book, but from what I gathered, it is about a girl named Marie who lives in Paris and eventually has to flee Paris with her dad as the Nazis invade. And it's also about a guy named Werner, I hope I'm pronouncing all of this correctly, who is enlisted in the Nazi army for his talent in tracking down the resistance. But somewhere along the way, these two characters cross paths, and I think that's what most of this story is about. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it happens somewhere in the middle of it. But either way, I'm intrigued, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait to get to this one. The third book on my lineup here is also another popular one I've been seeing recommended, and that, my friends, would be The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Riding by Alexandra Bracken. So really all I know about this book is that it's about a boy who has to deal with a demon that his grandfather tried to make a deal with eons ago. Overall, I do love horror. I love spooky stories, so this sounds like it's just right up my alley. I can't wait to get to this one either. It's on my high TBR list. And for the fourth book on my list, which is by one of my all-time favorite authors. And that is Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. As you can see here, it is currently one of the books I am reading. Booyah! I absolutely love Leigh Bardugo, and soon you're going to get to see one of my videos where I'm talking about my all-time favorite series, Six of Crows. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot gush about that series enough. And anything I've read from Leigh Bardugo, by far, I love. So I'm really excited to get even more into this than I already am. Ha ha ha! Plus, it's Wonder Woman. Who doesn't like Wonder Woman? I love this chick. And now I only have one more book on my haul here, and it's one that's probably going to be a little while until I get to, because it's got a rather interesting story behind it. And that would be Briefcases of the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. So the interesting story about this is, well, I haven't read any of the Dresden Files, and I feel really bad about that. But thing is, I love urban fantasy. It's one of my all-time favorite genres. And a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, has been trying to get me into this series for a long while now, and I feel really bad that it's taken me this long. I'm so sorry, Chica. I promise I'll make it up to you and read these. But anyways, if I remember correctly, I think this is like the 16th volume. So I'm gonna have to get the first one. I was gonna get it in ebook, but I'm kind of weird about my books. If I get one in one format, I have to have the whole series in the same format. I got a problem. I'm a collector, I can't help it. Anyways, story time. So my friend and I, while I was visiting her up in Luray, Virginia, we first went to Barnes & Noble, and of course she was determined to pick up this book while we were there. So of course, she got it. And of course, we're just wandering around. I'm picking up all of my other books here, or at least some of them. Some of them came from the other store we went to. And anyways, we had a blast. And then we ended up going to Books A Million. I love all these bookstores. They're great. And what's great about these two is that they were practically right next door to each other, so that was great. Anyways, we're in Books A Million, and I'm browsing through a lot of the shelves, and then I get to the ones with the signed books. And firstly, that's where I find my Wonder Woman copy, with Leigh Bardugo's signature in it. Gush! But I also happen to find Briefcases by Jim Butcher, an autographed copy, and I have to point it out to my friend saying, hey, looky here, I know you just bought it, but it's a signed copy. I thought you should know and appreciate this because it's a signed copy and it's Jim Butcher, and I know you love him because friendship is magic. Anyways, my poor friend, she had to do a lot of inner turmoil with herself, but she knuckled down and she bought the autographed copy, and then she looked at me and she said, you're gonna read these eventually. She tosses this one my way, so I'm like, okay, I need the first one. I need the first one now. But to make up for it, she'd also wanted to read The Alienist, so I got her a copy of that too, so we're even. It's great. This is perfect. I love it. Book sharing! So anyway, that is my haul for Junish-July, and that's just what I'm gonna call it, my Junish-July book haul. So yeah, I really need to go on a book diet now, because if you can't tell already, my bookcase has been greatly expanded. And my bank account hurts a lot, but it's okay. It'll be fine. It's perfect. Great. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if there's any other books that you guys know of that you think I might like or want me to read, then by all means recommend them and I will definitely look into those. And without further ado, feel free to like and subscribe, or if you want to get instant notifications, don't forget to hit that little bell icon at the bottom. It'll be your best friend, I promise. But so anyways, until next time guys, laters!